Welcome to Design Santa Barbara. I'm Michael Kurosh, and today we are in Santa Barbara Design Center with a dear friend of mine, Leesa Wilson-Goldmuntz. Her style is unmistakable, and she's always a pleasure to work with. Leesa, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, Michael.
It's always a pleasure. Tell me how you first became a designer.
I first became a designer because my husband and I moved a lot. And I found myself in London and in Greenwich, Connecticut, upstate New York. And I realized I didn't like paying for other people's finished products. I'd rather support my own creative endeavors by buying houses that needed fixing up.
Oh, that's wonderful. I didn't know that. What are your inspirations?
My inspirations usually are my clients or the houses. I have a friend who calls me the house whisperer. The houses talk to me. They tell me what they want to be when they are done. And clients are great because the first question I always ask a client is, how do you live? What do you want to do in this space?
That's wonderful. Which elements do you most like to incorporate into a design?
Again, it goes back to the client. I like making sure that they feel really comfortable in their space. If they're a particularly colorful person, then I make sure that the colors that surround them energize them. I always ask what colors somebody doesn't like because that's really important, especially before you paint.
True.
And I like incorporating natural elements. I think it helps make a home feel grounded with the surroundings, inside and outside.
I have done enough projects with you to know you are from A to Z. I remember your last project, in fact, was so many colors in there, and you made it amazingly beautiful. So,
yes.
How do you work a client's personal items or antiques into a project?
Again, it's that exploration stage with a client when you first meet. You talk to them about what they have, what they want to keep versus what they want to get rid of. Often I'm called in to do renovations or freshening up. Sometimes it's a completely new house for a person and they have another house, so everything's new. But it's important to make sure if somebody wants to bring something with them, you know why, and you know the significance it holds for them. And then you celebrate it, like the carousel horse we did that had been the mother's that she'd given to her daughter that we found a great spot for in the living room.
Yes, I do remember that. Wonderful. What are the differences between staging and designing?
That's a great question. As you well know, 50% of my business is interior design and the other 50% is staging. I have two arms to my company. Staging is almost the opposite of interior design. Staging makes sure that a home that's going to be marketed for sale appeals to the widest possible pool of buyers. So you show, as I always like to say to my staging clients, light and air and space. You're selling square footage. You're selling the details of the house. And when a house is too cluttered with the people who have been living there or their things, suddenly you're looking at the people and not the house. Design should reflect exactly who lives there, and you should walk in and say, oh, I know these people. This looks like them.
That's wonderful. Well, when we come back, I want to hear more from Leesa about how she approaches staging a home. Stay tuned.